Hey, my name is Marion, and in case you haven't watched any of my other videos, I am a reseller on Poshmark, a little bit on Mercari, very little on Depop, and I send some clothes into the Real Real. I was sent a beautiful comment, not sent, but there was a beautiful comment in one of my videos this week, and I wanted to do this video special for anyone who has these questions, and special for the person who wrote it to me. AB. I don't know if she wants her name mentioned, but it's AB. So let me talk to you about being a successful reseller with a chronic condition, or even just being a reseller with a chronic condition or chronic illness, chronic pain, chronic fatigue, because this is what I experience every day. And I do my best not to talk about it online, or at least I did that before. But after getting this one comment, I think this person might have changed my life today, because I'm always trying to figure out how I can help people and how I could help people through my experiences. And here we are. So she said on here this would be a great new niche for me, and you know what? It might be. But let me know in the comments if, after you hear all this, if you want me to do more videos. All right, so let me start with my story, right? And I have this background like this today because this is how I work. I'm on the couch, and even one part of my couch is sunken in because I'm on it so much, and I'm not a little skinny thing. And under these blankets, you will see my Chihuahua, Crescent. I'll pull her out later if I remember. And this is where I work, and it's fine with me. So let me just tell you a little bit though. Half a lifetime ago, I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. I actually had a fight to get that diagnosis because back then, it was so new. It was more than half a lifetime ago. I'm 58. I'm going to say I was around 22, 23. And I'm going to skip over all that. If you'd like to know the whole story, I'll tell you in another video for sure. Or, send me a message. And then, in a quick little note, I went into, I'm going to say, a remission for half a lifetime. And about 5 years ago, I had some stresses in my life. My father-in-law, who I love dearly, passed away. A little bit before that, my dog of 17 and a half years, I had to make the decision. There was no decision, but, she had to pass on. And so many things that year. I think there were 5 things, and I was going through menopause and blah, blah, blah. It came back. But so far now it's come back. It's over a 5, almost 6 year period, I think. And it has come back in 3 different forms, because you could have Lyme disease, you could have Bartonella, you could have babesiosis. I don't even know if I'm saying any of them right, but I've had all 3 over that 5 to 6 year period. So just to help you understand what I deal with on a daily basis, it can always be different. But like today, I woke up with a headache, and thankfully by now I know it's going to be gone in about 3 or 4 hours. I have to take ibuprofen, I have to drink caffeine, and within a few hours I'm good. Now, this is not on a regular basis what I'm going to tell you right now, but it is pretty regular. It's like every other day, every 3 days, I will have pain in my nerves, so nerve pain, or bone pain, or organ pain. And if you never had organ pain, then you can understand. But if you have, then you know what I'm talking about. My muscles, and sometimes all of those at once, shooting pains. And even with all that, I run a reselling business. And that's not an easy task, but I'm proud of it. And I never really thought of it before this one comment. So they say like one thing can change a life, one person, one comment. Thank you, AB. So she asks the question that, and I put it up there. So if you see me looking down, just so I get it right. So she was kind of asking what my pace is or how I pace myself. So I'm just going to say the question: how do I pace myself? Even though I said goals and everything else that we'll talk about for each day, you just have to be flexible, because my pace could be like, one day, and the next day I could be like, I go from being an old lady, old, like double my age, to being 25 years younger. That it's always different. So this is my answer. Follow your body, your intuition, the pace that it wants to go at. Because if you have good days and bad days, I know a lot of people think that you just have bad days, but what I want you to do is really think about it. Are they all exactly the same? Maybe one day you feel good for a minute more or something. Just try and think of things like that, because maybe there's that 1 minute where you say, oh, I feel a burst of something, and you could do something. So pace yourself with what your body is telling you. However, push a little if you can. I'm not a doctor, but if you can and you know you're not going to hurt yourself. Like when I'm in really bad pain, I'll say to my husband, well, I know I can do that anyway. I'll work through the pain. And he says, but you're going to hurt yourself. No, it's just pain, but I know I'm not going to hurt myself. Then work through that as much as you could. I do. If I can do it, so can you. I'm 58, by the way. I am going to be 59 in February. So I don't only have a chronic illness that took away a lot, but I also, I'm going to be 60. Holy cow. I know that's not old. It used to be old to me when I was younger. And I know it's not old, but, when you're there, I got to cover myself here because I keep feeling like you could see my tummy because I'm sitting, and I don't want you to see my tummy. So I have the age and I have the chronic illness. So that's how I pace myself. I'm flexible with myself, and it depends upon the day. So she asks if it depends, let's see, does it affect the choice of merchandise that I purchase? Not at all, not in the least. Some things are more work than others, but no, I am a reseller like everybody else, and it does not affect any of the merchandise that I get, because I don't get anything heavy or anything. So there's nothing that can hurt me except having bins of clothing and clothing surrounding me and my poor husband. That's another thing. I have to go off on a side note here. My husband, and he knows like most of this is because of the way I feel. So when we met, we were just talking about this the other day. We were both different with our homes, and like my home was very neat and clean. His home was very neat and clean. We came together, blah, blah, blah. It stayed great for a while until I got sick. And then, sometimes you can't do things. So he's an angel. He lives here with bins and boxes. That's a whole nother story. So hopefully you have someone who's supportive with you and will understand if you can't put things away one day, because that's going to happen. I do live sales, live shows, and I have a rack, and I'll show you everything one day, but I don't want you seeing my mess right now. I'm not prepared to make the mess look neater. Yeah, no, I'm real, but I don't want to show you my mess right now, because then I have to go around the whole living room. No, not right now. So it does not affect my choice, but I have a but here. If I was getting things and I had no room, or, my husband was the type who'd get mad. I wouldn't be with him. Okay, hi. So just so that you know, at the moment, I am not editing. So we kind of lost battery. Not lost battery, lost storage. So I had to delete some videos. So it's about a half an hour later. And, now I probably look a little different, or I'm in a different lighting, or I got some chocolate covered pretzel in between my teeth. Anyway, what I was saying, let's see. I was answering the question. I remember ending my sentence with little things. So that means I was answering the question, does it affect the choices of merchandise? I said no. However, if you either have small space, or if you have to, how can I explain it? If you have small space, or you have to just have as little bit of things around as possible, then it will affect it. That's the only way. Otherwise, I don't believe so, because we don't have to carry anything heavy. We don't want to ship heavy. So I think we're all good in that account. Shipping. So you had stated that you didn't like shipping. You know what? I didn't either. And I mean, I don't love it. I love the thrill of the hunt. But I got used to the shipping, and I made sure that I just have everything that I need for it, to make it easy, to make it fast. I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like trying to find something when my inventory system's off, but we'll talk about that another day. Uh, so with shipping, again, it's all choices. I make the choice when I want to do it, but I do set goals. So I do have a time span for each thing. However, that doesn't mean it's going to happen that way. I may fill in one time span with another. I just have to have the goals. Also, you can just call your postman, and he'll pick up, not call, but I think it's online, and he'll pick up the next day for you. Mine, I'm so fortunate. I have such a good guy. Even if I leave things out there, he'll pick them up, but I do my best not to do that to him. Administrative tasks. AB, you don't like doing administrative tasks. Let me tell you, most of my life I was an office manager, but years ago was a secretary first, and then an administrative assistant, blah, blah, blah. And I still don't like the administrative tasks. That's why they hire someone to do that. But you got to do what you got to do. Just know that. So even if you don't like it, do it. So yeah, same for me. Goals, they really help keep me on track, and we can talk about that in another video. What I do want to say is, be kind to yourself, be patient, listen to your body, know that it's keeping you going. So I lay here on the couch doing it. I can do it in bed, right? I can do it anywhere. So the only thing is when you have to, do things with clothes, but I could do that on the couch. I do sometimes take pictures on the couch. So to me, I think you can make do, literally do and make do. That sounds so weird. I, over the years, got through this with a lot of self-help, a lot of personal development, a lot of replacing negatives with positives, affirmations. It took changing my thought to change my mind process about these kind of things, because I used to be able to work in offices through it. So there's so much more of a story, but I don't want to keep you all day. So I answered the questions for AB, and please comment, share, leave questions, leave comments, leave thoughts. And if you like this content, or you want to see and hear more, I think it's hit the like button, subscribe, and then hit the bell. So thank you so much. I will go through my whole story in a video, but right now I just wanted to answer some questions, but still get out there who I am and how if I can do it, you can too. Have a good one.